time for Dalton. Was short of the first down on the catch by the rookie Josh Malone, fourth-round pick out of Tennessee, and Ryan Shazier, the leader of this Pittsburgh defense, is not getting up.
I'm here today to make sure the world knows how much I still love football, how grateful I am for everything football gave me, and I'm here to let the world know that today I am officially retiring from the game I love so much.
Welcome to Oakland, where the overriding story took place yesterday afternoon in Mississippi when Brett Favre's father, Irv, drove off the road and died, apparently of a massive heart attack. And then, cruel as it is, Brett Favre had to make a decision. Does he play tonight or doesn't he play tonight? He has chosen to.
Every football enthusiast knows the fine line between exhilaration and heartbreak. But in the long, complex history of the sport, some clubs and national teams have been made to suffer more than others. These are the most emotional moments in NFL history. This NFL player had fame and everything that money could give, but there are still some things that money can't buy. The NFL player Marquise Goodwin had to endure a loss that broke his heart. Morgan, Marquise's wife, whom he met at the University of Texas, got pregnant, and things were looking good for the NFL player. But around week 19 of her pregnancy, Marquise and his wife discovered something terrible. The doctors told the couple that Morgan had an incompetent cervix and there was a 50-50 chance that the baby would survive, but Morgan decided to continue. Marquise was set to play for his team, and just one day before the game, his son was born. Unfortunately, his son was unable to survive and soon passed away, which left Marquise completely shattered and heartbroken. Marquise decided he was going to miss the game to be with his wife, but it was Morgan who pushed him to go put his jersey on. That night, Marquise turned his pain into fuel and gave an exceptional performance on the field. He scored an 83-yard touchdown and followed with dropping down to his knees as he started sobbing. "Man, honestly, I didn't even want to play," Goodwin said. "She made me. She said, 'Just please go play. Your baby wants to see you play.'" This player had to go through tragedy, and despite his pain, he was still able to put on a good show. Quan was a linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and was set to play in 2015. This NFL player from Alabama was the oldest and close to his family, especially his younger brother, Broderick, who used to look up to him and was following in his footsteps. The family had planned to go to Atlanta to watch him play in his rookie season, but just then on a Friday night, and just one day before the big game, Quan got a disturbing phone call from his mother. The 17-year-old Broderick got shot in his hometown and lost his life. The next day, when the game started, Quan decided to honor his younger brother. People described Quan as an unstoppable force because during that game, he was able to make 11 tackles, an interception, and a fumble recovery in the 23-20 overtime win over the Atlanta Falcons. I was very determined. It was the only thing on my mind because the only thing that he wanted was for me to ball. I gave this game to him. It's been hard, man, losing my little brother. I know he wanted me to be strong for him, so I came out here and dedicated this game to him. I'm just ready to be back with my family, he said. Stefon Diggs managed to save his team at the very last second. The Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Stefon Diggs out of nowhere saved his team from a loss. The Vikings were up against the Saints with the score being 24-23 and just 9 seconds left before the Vikings would end up losing. All hope was lost, but then Stefon Diggs managed to catch a 61-yard touchdown pass from Case Keenum and won the game. In the post-game interview when he was asked about the win, he said, "I still don't know what just happened," Diggs said. "Since I first got here, I never stopped working," he added. "Today was when all of that work paid off. God put me in a position and I just tried to take advantage of my opportunity." After that, he was at a loss for words and started to tear up.
Advantage of my opportunity.
Another heart-touching moment was when Jamal Williams broke down during a post-game interview.
"I'm just grateful to do this for him. My grandfather, he was 92, but
In Green Bay, the Detroit Lions were face-to-face with the Packers, which ended with the Lions winning the game 20-16. In the post-game interview with Melissa Stark, she mentioned Jamal breaking Barry Sanders' record and what that achievement means for him, after which Jamal got completely emotional and said,
I'm just grateful for him to be in my life, and I'm grateful to be able to play football and do this for him. So
"My great-grandfather died on me. I just dedicated this to him. I'm just grateful to do this for him.
Ball and do this for him. So
My grandfather, he was 92. I'm just grateful for him to be in my life, and I'm grateful to play football and do this for him. There's a lot of memories, a lot of emotions happening right now, but I'm just grateful to be able to play this game for my great-grandfather. He then regained his composure and spoke out to the analysts who thought the Packers would win against the Lions. This is an electrifying NFL moment. We have a player who managed to make a comeback from a serious disease and surprise everyone.
So many things. I mean, the last time I came home during the season, it was to get chemotherapy. And then this time, it was actually to play the game. So I was just thankful for the opportunity. And, I take pride in a lot of things that people take for granted. So when opportunities come my way, I just cherish them and try to make the most of them.
Back in 2015, the Kansas City Chiefs were up against the Denver Broncos. The game was about to start, and all of a sudden, the whole stadium got extremely loud because they saw the Chiefs' safety, Eric Berry, step into the field. The fans went wild that day because this player had been battling cancer. He was just declared cancer-free by the doctors a few months ago, and nobody was expecting him back in the field this quickly. During the offseason, Berry used to get chemotherapy, and seeing him ready to play was a surprise. What surprised fans the most was that he was still able to give an amazing performance. A soldier named Jeremy Inocencio was stationed in Afghanistan, fighting for his country while his wife and kids were having some car trouble at home. The Indianapolis Colts player Pat McAfee found out and decided to do something about it. Wish for Our Heroes Foundation held an event during halftime. During this event, the Inocencio family was brought to the center of the field, and what followed was the Colts mascot, Blue, driving a brand new Toyota Highlander that McAfee said was for the family as a thank you for all that they have done for the country. But that's not all. Turns out Jeremy got back from his deployment a week earlier than he was supposed to and was inside the car with Blue and came out of the car to surprise his family. Hopefully it's a moment that not only that family will remember forever, but the military will remember forever. We appreciate the hell out of them, he said. This incident has got to be the most heartbreaking moment in the history of the NFL. Sean Taylor, playing for the Washington Redskins, was considered one of the best safeties there is. Ever since he got drafted by the NFL in 2004, he continued to give exceptional performance throughout, but his career had to be cut short. Taylor was known to be extremely generous and used to give away huge amounts of money. He bought his mother a house, helped his sister financially, and even shared a bank account with his father to use. News of his generosity got out, and one day a group of armed burglars decided to break into his home in Miami, thinking this would be an easy in-and-out job since Taylor should be at the game that night. But what they didn't know was that Taylor was at home with his fiancée, Jackie Garcia, recovering from a knee injury. When the burglars came in, they were confronted by Taylor and a fight broke out, which ended with 2 shots being fired. One hit the wall, and the other hit Taylor in the leg. The robbers fled while Taylor was losing a lot of blood. Turns out the bullet had caused a fatal injury to the player and cut his artery. Jackie, who was hiding in the bedroom, quickly called 911, and Taylor was rushed to the hospital. Even though the doctors tried, they could not save his life, and Taylor was pronounced dead that night. The Redskins team owner, Daniel Snyder, opened a trust fund to support Taylor's daughter, Jackie. And as a way to honor their fellow teammate, the Redskins wore his number, 21, on the back of their helmets during all Week 13 games and retired that number, preventing any other player from wearing that number. What do you think about these emotional moments in the NFL? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to always be updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.